Well, hi everyone. Here we are, July 30th, Vancouver Island. Another scorcher today. Looks good. Not as much wind as yesterday, but it's still a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Now, just a quick one today, and as always, I'll put a couple links in the description section. And to start with, we have a new book on Amazon. It's called Dockside. You can find the link to that on strangersandpoetry.com, or just go to Amazon and look for Dockside. Stephen Nesbitt should come up. And I'm thinking, I was reading an article, an interview with Dr. Fauci. I think it was on ABC. And he is suggesting maybe people should be wearing eye goggles. You got to think about this really carefully, folks. You know, back in January when this all happened, it started before then, but in January we were really starting to research. And with more people under lockdown in China than the population of Canada, we figured there's something serious here. Let's be proactive, wear a mask if you're out in a big crowd. All that sort of thing. And everybody, including Dr. Fauci, all the medical people in Canada, politicians, bureaucrats, everybody's sort of calling you an idiot. You're a panic monger, you're a fear monger, nothing wrong, nothing here, folks, carry on. Flights kept coming in, everybody's doing their shit. If you follow the World Health Organization, and if you follow Dr. Fauci, and you follow the Canadian group as well as Dr. Chan, and all the provincial ones. Now, don't take this wrong. We're not saying these aren't nice people. I don't know them. They're probably very nice folks. But they're out of their element, really. All of the information that they gave us was total flat out wrong, total all mixed up. They didn't know what they were doing. Or did they? Or did they? Did they create this mass confusion just to come in with a solution that isn't a solution, that is just to control and keep people as trained seals? Which most people are doing pretty good at it. I even see now people got designer masks on now. And you can remember Fauci and Dr. Chan standing up, and Dr. Henry, whoever you want to refer to, saying masks are more harm than good. They don't work. Don't waste your time. Blah, blah, blah. And anyone who is wearing a mask, people say, look at that idiot. Give him a tin hat. Give her a tin hat. It's interesting. I mean, Fauci's record, if you haven't researched him yet, if you're a logical thinking person, you probably have. I mean, his record is not sweet. His record is not sweet. And if you think it's more about health than about money and politics, I think, well, that's just the way it is, I suppose. It is what it is. What your life is what your thoughts make of it, and that's the way you're thinking. If you're letting CNN CBC sort of infiltrate that thing called your mind and control that, well, is what it is. But all you have to look at is Canada has just recently approved remdesivir. And I think it's over the approximate cost per patient is over $2,300. They're downplaying hydroxychloroquine and zinc. And to treat several patients, the approximate cost is $70. So it's mere dollars per patient versus over $2,000 on the other hand with remdesivir. Think about that. Is it about your health, or is it about drug companies and whoever is connected making money, getting a free trip here, there, and there for prescribing this crap? And people say, well, there's no good record on hydroxychloroquine. It's been there for 6 decades. 6 decades. Remdesivir is sort of brand new, and when you look at the real tests, hydroxychloroquine on a safety scale is way up here, remdesivir is down here. The whole ball of wax with how they're dealing with this is crazy. If you're sick, stay home, isolate for 14 days. If you have trouble breathing, give somebody a call. If you have this virus, by then it's too bloody late. Instead of saying if you're feeling sick and getting a person tested right away so they can see if they have it or not, getting them into some zinc and hydroxychloroquine and an antibiotic like smart doctors are doing and having almost 100% success rate, doesn't matter what age, that's how you would be concerned about people's health. But to tell somebody to stay home and wait till they're choking, can't breathe, then call, then we'll get you onto some expensive shit. And it's crazy. If you're a proactive, logical thinking person, that is crazy. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. We're now having debates how to get children back to school. Some provinces, kids from grade 4 to grade up have to wear masks. Kindergarten to grade 3, it's just highly suggested. Some places they don't. Grades 8 in through 12 are only going to school 2 days a week. The rest will be online. What is this? When you look at the statistics, like the majority of deaths, some places 80% of the deaths are in seniors' homes. The people we're supposed to be protecting. And we're failing miserably at that. And none of the medical people, none of the bureaucrats, none of the politicians are taking any responsibility for that. They're now going to wear goggles. Get designer goggles to go with your mask. And believe me, I was one of the first proponents of masks. If you had been watching this way back when we started, that's what we were talking about. We didn't know what was going on, so protect yourself, be proactive. We now have the stats, we now have the data, we now know what's going on. Unless they know there's a stronger strain coming through. Maybe these clowns are just sort of letting it loose. Because we're now, the majority of really serious scientists who aren't on the take know that, or have a strong sense that this is a lab-made virus. It never came from a bat or a rat or whatever they want to call it. It's man-made. And that experimentation has been going on in the United States, Canada, Israel, Great Britain, all over the damn place. Nobody is saying, hey guys, why are you doing that? Why are you playing with fire? Why are you doing that? We're just listening to all the BS they're handing us now. Hey, and it's not just me saying that. Some pretty sharp people are coming up. I mean, there's a group of doctors in the U.S. There's all a group of them. They banned, if one comes up by themselves, they get banned off all the social media and whatever. But they come out and had a press conference and stating hydroxychloroquine has worked for them, of course, with zinc. So what do they go ahead? Ohio goes and bans it. Think about that. Is the state of Ohio concerned more of people's health, or they have some ulterior motives? No, this whole thing, folks, is going sideways, and it just doesn't look pretty. Just doesn't look pretty. I think politicians sort of pad their own pockets, look after themselves, and don't give a rat's ass about what they're supposed to be doing. Some of them may have started off that way, but they quickly get into the system, and where later this around noon, we're going to have Prime Minister Trudeau in front of not in front, but via computer and via. I'm wondering if they're using Zoom. I wouldn't doubt it, or if they have a private network to do their he's coming to before the Finance Committee on the WE scandal. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll see what he says. I don't think he's going to say anything. He dances on cotton candy and does all kinds of stupid stuff, but I don't think we'll get a straight answer out of the guy. But maybe he'll surprise us. Maybe he'll come clean. But now that's on CPAC. I imagine CBC will be carrying that as well. Or you can go online and follow it online if you're out of Canada, sort of thing, if you're interested. So we have our scandals up here as well. So that's about it. Watch out for having to wear goggles next. Another neat thing I did notice, California is trying to get kick a deal through where businesses can walk away from their leases. This is a brilliance of these Democrats. Just total brilliance. And of course, Congress now is putting together a pot of $500+ billion to help to make available junior loans for commercial property owners if they can't pay their mortgage. And of course, that's another taxpayer hit, because when you think of a junior loan, that one is forgiven before the existing loans, the existing mortgage. Well, folks, we're so upside down, we ain't seen nothing yet. And I think one thing we must have learned from this, we have to have capable politicians and bureaucrats who we can trust. And that's probably, I guess, an oxymoron. And not let medical people look after the economy, shut the Western world. The medical community has shut down the Western world. Think about that. Think about that. Most of the medical community are corporate drug pushers. I mean, that's just not me saying it. Look at the stats. Look at the stats. Look at the amount of deaths that are caused by overdoses and drug addictions. Where does a lot of that start? It's an interesting question, and you could do some research, I suppose, and answer that yourselves. But anyway, I'm going to go and get ready to watch Prime Minister Joe dance on cotton candy and do his. He won't be in blackface this time because it's not politically correct. He has in the past on 2 or 3 occasions done that, danced on his cotton candy and full get up. But take care. Bye for now, and see you tomorrow.